What's up guys, Magic Knives here, and in today's video I'm returning to the debate, green gas versus propane. And I made a video about 2 or 3 years ago talking about the differences between the two and why I felt green gas is the better choice than propane. And the reason was because at the time I felt propane just wasn't providing me with enough pressure and therefore not a lot of gas efficiency, because no matter what I tried, I just wasn't getting enough gas in my magazines, and I'd run out of gas on propane before I emptied out the magazine with BBs. And so unfortunately, because of that, for years I've always stood by the use of green gas, which to a degree I still stand by green gas, at least good quality green gas. That if you get a good brand like this, Puff Dino, or even Crossfire, if that ever does come back in stock or make a return, I think it's a good brand. I wouldn't recommend the Ram green gas because that stuff is way too has way too much silicone oil in it, and that's the one thing I want to mention is that any green gas brands, if you can, that have a lot of silicone oil added to it, stay the hell away from, because unless you are super lazy and you never lubricate your guns yourself, then yeah, I guess Ram is kind of just the lazy way to lubricate your guns for that. However, too much silicone oil is bad for your gun as well, because that will get onto your hop up, and that will affect your accuracy and performance of the gun, because too much of anything is pretty much bad. I will say though, when it comes to the option of using pure propane, I've been kind of starting to lean more towards using some of this now, and very big reasons why. If you're serious about shooting your gas guns a lot and you're looking to save money, this is definitely a huge money saver. Currently where I am in Canada, you can get 3 of these for 25 bucks, which is actually more or less the same price of one green gas can. And it gets even better. Home Depot apparently now sells 4 of these for 25 bucks as well. So you can get 4 of these for the price of one green gas can. Like, that's saving up a lot of money. And honestly, it's making me, reconsider, what gas I will be using going forth with my airsoft career. Granted, I still think green gas, if you want a premium performance, green gas does provide you a high-end performance for your gun, provided it's a good quality one like Puff Dino or Crossfire. I just cannot vouch for anybody to just yeah, like, if you want high quality performance for your gun, definitely green gas is still a good option, provided that you are not somebody that shoots like super fast. Because the one thing I will say is that green gas, because of the additives that they've thrown in with the propane that's mixed in this, it provides you with a much more consistent shot output, and it has much less of a FPS drop as opposed to pure propane, which is literally yeah, it's in its pure form, and this stuff, it does work well. And I'll tell you one thing for certain, is that when I made that video about propane versus green gas, I was using a Amazon propane adapter. What I found out only recently, and it sucks for me to have to realize this, is that my propane adapter at the time was faulty, and it was actually the main problem that was causing me the lack of efficiency issues. So I finally was able to get a Mad Bull propane adapter, and instantly this has changed my outlook on propane. And I will confidently say that if you are looking for a much cheaper option, and to save you a lot of money when it comes to playing with your gas pistols or gas guns, this is definitely gonna get you by, like in the long run. Like if you're serious about running gas guns and you're looking to save a lot of money, this is a very good choice. Now the only thing you have to deal with is the fact that it does smell, right? As we all know, if you've been in airsoft enough and you've dabbled across the idea of using propane, this is the only thing you're gonna have to put up with. So just be mindful. Not all airsoft fields, mainly indoor ones, will allow it. Granted, we do understand that green gas is expensive. This is a good option. We just ask people to not do it in the safe area and just do it in a separate area, just to avoid leaving a smell in the safe area and near where we have our archery range. So I think when it comes down to it, if you can get past the smell, this is a very good option to have. And it's gonna perform. It's gonna get you by like no problem. It will last you. In terms of just providing you with enough shots and like just good power off the bat, right? Like I will say this, if you want like good performance, this is gonna be a good go-to choice, especially if you're not somebody who shoots like a ton. Maybe you play a couple times a year, like once every couple months. Like this is still a good option to have. It's not a bad option, but just make sure you're not getting a crappy brand or just whatever, right? However, if you're serious about running gas guns and you use gas guns a lot, definitely consider going the propane route. And one thing to mention is, first, definitely get either the Mad Bull propane adapter or the Airsoft Innovations propane adapter. Those are the top two recommended ones. And secondly, uh, to avoid one thing I that's a bit controversial, but it's actually okay to fill your gas guns or your gas mags with your propane with no silicone. I don't even bother with the silicone oil. I personally just like to fill my mags dry because I don't like getting a lot of silicone oil in places that I don't need it to be. So I think if when it comes down to it, um, I enjoy using both, right? Like I'll use this whenever I just want a little bit better performance out of my gun. However, if I'm just plinking around and just testing out my guns, I don't want to use this and waste it. I just want to save it for the days that I am playing airsoft games. I think this is slowly going to become like this is the common thing that I use at home when I just need to test stuff. But no, it won't surprise me down the road if I'm gonna eventually, be mostly using this more so than this. Like I think this is good if I want to add a little bit of silicone oil into my mags just to help maintain the healthiness of the O-rings. But I think naturally, I think with how expensive things have gotten lately here in Canada, this is definitely kind of the better choice right now for people that are on a budget when it comes to running their gas guns right now. So I think just the most important thing is if you can go to any store, like hardware store, something that sells these, and you can get a really good deal on 3 or 4 of these cans for literally only $25. That's amazing. Like I've become much more of an advocate for recommending propane now, as opposed to this. Like, this is a good starter, and this will give you the ideal performance that you want. But if you're looking to save money, if you can get past the smell, and hopefully if your airsoft field allows it, this is definitely a very good option as well too. So yeah, like, I think providing you have a good adapter, and you understand the fact that it's the analogy I remember hearing, which was really good. It's like, this is the most basic gasoline that you'll typically get at any gas station, right? It's good enough that it's gonna get your car running and whatever, and it's the cheapest option. However, if you have a very high quality gun and you want a little bit more power, you want a little bit better performance, then this is the premium level gasoline that you could also put in your car, right? Like, you obviously have to pay a heftier price for it, but you will notice a better performance out of it, providing it's a good green gas brand, obviously, right? So this is the most basic level of gas, and this is a more premium kind of gas, especially when these, especially given the fact that these also come in both red gas and black gas, right? Red gas honestly would be the highest I'd go, but granted, that is one thing to note, is that even propane is better than some really crappy green gas brands. So depending on where you are, I think this would be anybody's first choice when it comes to buying an airsoft gun, and provided that wherever they're doing it, it's not going to cause issues both at your local field, or if you're just using this at home and you're stinking up your basement or your mom's bedroom, so to speak. So honestly, I'm gonna say this. Ever since the video that I made, I'm gonna say that this is definitely a much better option than what I initially had stated in my previous video. Will I still use green gas? Yeah, I still will, from time to time, or just whenever I don't want to worry about leaving a stench around where I am and stuff like that. But this is definitely my close second. If I can't buy, if I'm out of green gas, or if I can't use any of this for some reason, if I just don't have it, if I just want a basic gas to just test my gun and just plank around, I'm definitely going to be using more of this now for sure. So yeah, it's a lot in terms of just talking about the differences between these two, because they're literally the exact same thing, just tiny bit different. So yeah, like, when it comes down to it, guys, cheaper cheaper is better in a sense that it will save you a lot of money, and yeah, like, this is definitely a huge money saver. So if money is a factor for you, definitely go with this. If high quality performance and shot consistency is more important to you, then definitely go with this. So I can advocate for both now, in all honesty. I don't think one is necessarily better than the other. The only thing I will say for sure is this is a much better option in terms of saving yourself some money. So yeah, if that's the biggest factor for you, then definitely go with this. But if you like high quality performance, especially if you're an IPSC player, or sorry, if you're an IPSC shooter, or you like doing if you're a SpeedQB player that you shoot very fast, I think this is where most people would gravitate towards for a better performance for their airsoft pistol or gas gun. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed this video in comparison. Thank you for watching. Hopefully see you in my future videos. Peace out, guys.